pals, it's me. I'm back. I am delusional because I've been writing a paper for 2 days. Freud doesn't know what he was talking about because it's his last book and he was losing his shit, but I'm trying to write about it like I know things. I don't. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Christmas related issues. Now, I'm sure that you guys have seen or heard about articles that are claiming that Santa should be gender neutral or not be a man. And to be entirely honest, I think that rational people like you, potentially, and myself, can see that that's just trying to outrage people, right? It's kind of like a form of clickbait, and I think a lot of it is a way to make us divert our attention from important things to stupid things. That being said, looking at stupid things is fun and makes me feel better about myself, so we're gonna look at stupid things. Say goodbye to your brain cells. On CBS News, there's this article that is titled, "A Gender-Neutral Santa with Tattoos. Survey Gauges How to Rebrand Saint Nick." I obviously like tattoos. I'm quite heavily tattooed. Do I think that Santa needs to be rebranded? For what? For what purpose? It's a fictional character. Sorry if you're under 12 and didn't know. What's the problem here? Like, why do we need to rebrand a character that is made up? Okay, so should jolly old Saint Nicholas become jolly old Saint Nicola? Should Santa be gender neutral? More than a quarter of people who responded to a new online survey by Graphic Springs say yes. And that's not all. When asked how they would want to modernize Santa, 20% people responded that he should have tattoos. 18% responded that his iconic red and white suit should be replaced with skinny jeans. And 22% said that Santa should ditch the sleigh in exchange for a flying car.
Christmas is canceled.
You can't cancel a holiday.
Give it up, Stanley, and you will lose New Year's.
What does that mean?
Jim, take New Year's away from Stanley.
Why are we talking about Santa? Like, there are wars, there's poverty. Like, can't we focus on that instead? Like, why are we concerned about a fat guy having tattoos or wearing red? Like, I know that this is to outrage people, and I'm not supposed to be outraged because it's so stupid. This is pointless. So here they have this little graphic. First of all, Santa in skinny jeans makes my depression 20 times worse. For generations, Santa has been depicted with his traditional red and white jacket, bauble, hat, and full beard. But what should Santa look like if he was rebranded for today? We asked people how they would modernize Santa, and these were the most popular suggestions. New hair, iPhone, tattoos, diet, flying car, trainers, hoverboard, skinny jeans. Look, this Santa sounds like a douche.
Did you fuck my mom, Santa Claus? Did you fuck my mom? No. Did you fuck her? No. Did you fuck my fucking mom? Did you fuck my mom, Santa? Charlie!
Like, we don't need this type of Santa. Like, this Santa looks like he would be a fuckboy if he were like, what, 100 years younger? Also, what are those tattoos? Stars and snowflakes. Really, it's funny that you would include snowflakes. I'm gonna be jumping around the article just because I don't want to read this entire thing. 17% of people preferred a hoverboard to a flying car, though it's unclear what role, if any, Rudolph and the other reindeer would play in that scenario. And forget cookies. 21% of people who responded to Graphic Springs survey suggested that Santa should go on a diet. So the same people who are all about not being fatphobic and body shaming want Santa, a famous fat guy, to lose weight. Unacceptable. There's that. Then they obviously mention how, you know, that song Baby It's Cold Outside has hashtag #MeToo undertones. And apparently it's about date rape, according to them. I'm actually just surprised that Fortnite hasn't been mentioned in this, because I was assuming that Santa should be related to Fortnite. Like, if we're gonna make it as cancerous as possible, let's include Fortnite, by all means. Then it says, these responses, however, are indicative of a cultural shift when it comes to perception of gender.
Imagine my shock.
A number of states in the US have now recognized a non-binary gender option X on birth certificates and driver's licenses, and far more US teens are identifying as transgender and gender non-binary than ever before. Now, I'm just gonna stop here for a second. I don't think it's necessarily automatically positive that a lot of people are transgender or gender non-binary, simply because the more popular something becomes, the more people bandwagon. So surely in this group of people, I'm sure a lot of them are actually trans. or are actually gender non-binary. However, I also have to say that there's some that probably aren't and just want to be different, because a lot of teenagers are like that. In fact, this February, a study of 81 teens in Minnesota published in the medical journal Pediatrics found that nearly 3% of them, more than 2,000 high school age kids, just in the state of Minnesota and just in grades 9 and 11, identified as either transgender or gender non-conforming. Many more responded to the survey that they do not believe boy and girl are the only options. Okay, let's move on. In other tomfoolery, it says gingerbread men banned at Scottish Parliament as part of a new drive to stamp out sexism. No one is safe, guys. Cookies aren't safe. Santa isn't safe. Like, we're all screwed. Like, this, you know, the rocket, where is it? Let's just leave these people here. Gingerbread men are replaced by gingerbread persons in Scottish Parliament. The Parliament coffee shop renamed the sweet treat in case it causes offense. Now, this is the thing, and I talk about this with my husband all the time. I'm like, if you're offended by a fucking biscuit, how the fuck are you gonna live real life? Because I'm gonna tell you now, and I'm sorry if you didn't expect this, but horrible things happen in real life. So if you're gonna start crying about a cookie being in the shape of a man, Darwinism. I'm just gonna leave it at that. A survey found 30% of women working in the Scottish Parliament believe they'd been sexually harassed. Okay, how does that relate to a cookie though? Like, I'm pretty sure a cookie can't do anything to you. The move comes off as a strategy aimed at stamping out sexual harassment, and sexism was introduced at Holyrood this week after a survey found 30% of women working there believed they'd been sexually harassed. So hold on a second. So this is what I imagine happened. Hello? 30%? Oh my god. So you're advising that we should look over the personnel and interview people and try and figure out what happened? No, you know, like, I think that's an okay idea, but I really think that the solution here is to ban cookies that look like men. Yeah, I mean, like, they could be women, but that's not the problem. I think sexual harassment will end if we remove these cookies from the coffee shop. I think we're good. Let's just do that right now, okay? Can you imagine, like, how stupid... I need to calm down. The decision to rename this sweet treat has not gone down well with everyone. Well, color me fucking shocked. I mean, if I were sexually harassed, I would want someone to take action that is not renaming flour and sugar. You're not solving the problem. That's why people don't like it, because it's stupid. It's a way to act like you're solving the problem. Scottish Conservative Equalities spokesman Annie Wells said, "Surely the Scottish Parliament has got better things to do than worry about what to call gingerbread men. This is an utterly pointless gesture which simply trivializes the real issues of gender equality. Thank you." Yes, thank you. Scottish Parliament spokesman would not comment except to say, they, the gingerbread persons, were delicious and sold out. And so you think that they're sold out and delicious because you made them persons instead of men? Anyway, I think that this is all bullshit. Essentially, I don't understand why any of this is being done. And I think the Santa one is more just to outrage people, but the fact that the gingerbread thing was actually done is deeply demoralizing, because I'm like, if someone talks about something heavy like sexual harassment, you really are kind of making fun of their problem if you think that changing the name of a cookie is going to do anything at all except for make you look intensely stupid. Okay guys, so it's me from the future. I know that you're going to take me really seriously with this effect, but anyway, one of the things that I forgot to mention that is really important is that if you're doing all of these pieces for the effect of outrage or to make people have some kind of intense reaction, the issue there is that reporting ideally, now journalism has gone downhill, but reporting ideally should be a way for us to trust the journalist and get our information. If they're writing these bullshit pieces, why do they have any credibility, and why should I trust them at all, right? So that's one of the problems. The other aspect that is problematic, which I did refer to slightly, is that if they're talking about this stupid Santa bullshit, then they're not talking about real conflicts that we need to pay attention to. And if we're not paying attention to the right things, what even is the point of reading online journalism, if you want to call it that? So Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and let's get right into the fan art.